Welcome back to AM Northwest. In season 3 of the popular Netflix series, The Lincoln Lawyer, Mickey is dealing with life struggles, but he is great at making a case in court.
Now we get to the relevance. So we've established that you keep your house and car keys on the same keychain, Mr. Schwartz, like I do.
Like everyone does.
Right, and I'm sure you understand my confusion, because if your house keys were on your keychain and my client took those keys when he carjacked you, then how were you able to unlock your front door?
We welcome to AM Northwest the star of The Lincoln Lawyer, Manuel Garcia-Rulfo. Manuel, great to see you. Congrats on a season 3. That's got to make you proud. That's got to say you're doing something right.
Thank you so much. I know, it's amazing. It's mind-blowing to me. It's been received so well that it's just, I'm overwhelmed, I guess, in a good way.
That's so great. Tell me about Mickey. Like, how would you describe Mickey, and what do you think you two have in common and don't have in common?
I think the best way to describe him, and I wish I could have come up with it. It was my own idea, but it was, Matthew McConaughey, when he did the film of it, he said that Mickey Holler is a character is a man that dances in the rain without getting wet. And I think that was so beautiful and so vivid. It's an image that's so vivid to me that I was like, he couldn't say it any better.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way of putting the character, a guy that he's always struggling. There's so many obstacles that he has in his life, addiction, the wives, the cases.
Right.
But at the same time, he's dancing with it, so, yeah.
I love it.
It wasn't my idea, it was McConaughey's.
That's okay.
I took
Good
it.
for you for giving him credit. I like that. I still love the story about in the first season, how you were driving the Lincoln and you forgot to put it in park.
Oh my God, yes.
Come on, tell us about it.
Well, it was the first scene that I had with Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
And I've been a fan of Nev, so I was very nervous, I guess. And I wanted to look cool, my first scene. And of course, I forgot to put it in parking. I left it in neutral, and car and then I think it bumped some camera or something. So it was a disaster. My first encounter with Nev.
Hopefully, you had a few good laughs about that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I understand you grew up on a ranch in Mexico.
I did in Jalisco.
That is so cool. And it was your grandfather's ranch, right?
It was my grandfather's, yeah.
And did he actually take little movies and made you and all your cousins stars of the movies?
Yeah, he loved movies. He loved cinema. His favorite was either Westerns or Chaplin. That was his...
Charlie
Chaplin.
Chaplin.
Had this camera, and he had this camera, so he did it with my father and my aunts. He used to make like these Westerns at the ranch and then show it to the grandsons, He portray it on the wall, and I don't know, I think he's the reason why, or he opened the doors of that world to me.
I would think so, because I understand that your parents weren't too keen on you getting into acting, like they wanted you to do something else.
Yeah, they wanted me to be a dentist. Like my father and most of the family are dentists, and I'm like, no, that's not for me. But at the beginning, it wasn't like they weren't just ideal. It wasn't ideal for them. But then I took him to the first movie, to the first red carpet, and after that, he was like, okay.
This works. And your teeth look good, so there's double that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yes.
So I understand in this season 3 of Lincoln Lawyer, there's some romance issues going on.
Yeah, I think Mickey Holler always has that issue. I don't know, he's always struggling with love. He makes the worst decisions when it comes to love. And in this season, he has a new, a very interesting one. And it's interesting because he's interesting and chaotic at the same time, because it's a friend of his ex-wife, and she's like opposites of him in every sense. So it's just very She's amazing. She's like this beautiful lawyer and very strict and opposite as him.
Right.
So I don't know. The opposites attract.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever have trouble with the legal terms?
All the time.
Oh, good
All
to
the
know.
time. They're so hard. Sometimes I used to have the first season like a board on my place that with all the terms and what they meant and how to pronounce them. And now little by little you get used to them, but sometimes they throw new ones and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell does this mean? I don't even know in Spanish. So, and but yeah, it's hard to put them, especially into context and into, to make them
Right.
organic when you say them. So.
Right. Absolutely. Well, you do a good job of that. We want to tell our viewers
thank you.
you can watch the new season of The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix. Manuel, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.